Hello, good morning. It's Adil Fazal here, market analyst at CFDs.com, bringing you a review of the European markets this morning. The video is being brought to you courtesy of CFDs.com, so be sure to visit the educational site www.cfds.education to certainly learn more with my latest charts and analysis. Be sure to also certainly inquire and learn about the products and services that are on offer at CFDs.com. And certainly qualify for that potential bonus. Okay, the European market analysis basically hinges on, well, this whole market really is pivoting on the USD JPY. As you can see here, we are holding this key support region at the 114.3, but we still remain below the 115 level. Now, the longer we remain below the 115, the more bearish this market can become. Now, we have had a rally in European indices, and that's been led primarily due to potential a rumor or talk of the ECB buying bank stocks as part of its QE method. Okay, so you have number one, you have the euro and the JPY, USD JPY, or the yen itself. Now, the yen certainly appreciated overnight as the Nikkei was smoked again. It was down quite substantially. It was down 3% or potentially more, and has actually broken below that 16,000 level. It's at 15,700 or 15,800, although it has rallied post whilst in the European session. Okay, it certainly has rallied in the European session and looking to potentially recapture that 16,000 level, but the US markets will certainly allow us to confirm which way it wants to go. In terms of Asian markets, so yes, Nikkei was down overnight, created a risk-off tone environment, even though the US market certainly rallied late yesterday. In terms of economic data this morning, it has been dismal. Italian data certainly weak. Industrial output weak. UK data weak. French data weak. So all European data was certainly weak, but the market certainly rallied. Now also the euro itself, euro USD certainly started to plunge. If I go to the 10-minute chart, you can see the plunge itself. We had a pivot high yesterday at 1.1340. We've had a pivot low at this current level at 1.1240. And like I said, that's in the back of that potential rumour that the ECB was going to buy bank stocks. Now, again, it's a rumour. Nothing's been confirmed. So therefore, one can't trust it. Okay. Now, in terms of the Euro USD itself, the Euro USD now is potentially bouncing. It's bounced off this previous resistance equal support level. Classical technical pattern here, 1.1240, and that generally indicates a risk-off tone in the marketplace itself. So you are looking at a potential sell-off in the European indices. Okay, so that certainly seems to be the summation. USD JPY 115 level, that's the intervention level, so watch out for that level. Euro USD is now into support and looking at potentially causing pain for European equities. Okay. Now, in terms of the equities themselves, let's bring the equities up. Now, we have this potential inverted head and shoulders formation. We've broken out this diagonal trend line. We are holding resistance now at this region. We have resistance at the 2820 to pivot high was 2822. So we are starting to potentially move low. If we do move low, you're looking at going down to the 2780 level before you start to potentially going into or potentially come into support. So that certainly seems to be watched very carefully. Okay, with regards to the actual European indices. So the inverted head and shoulders formation on the Eurostoxx, just to confirm, if I just take the pivot low here, let's project this higher. Bear with me. Okay, so you have 2780 minus pivot low being 2710. Let's just get this on here. 2780. So the IHS equals 2780 minus a 2710, and you're looking at a 70-point rally. So you're looking at 2850 on the upside. So again, watch out for that 2850 zone. Now, can that 2850 be hit today? No, very unlikely. Why? Because of the Nikkei being down almost 3% plus overnight. So certainly a risk-off tone. Also, oil prices were obliterated overnight as well. And also the US elections creating uncertainty in the US with Mr. Sanders and obviously Trump, the bigot racist, basically coming, winning New Hampshire. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so again, political uncertainty, IHS formation on the Eurostoxx. So certainly keep an eye out for that on the 10-minute chart. 60 minutes, we've broken out this downward sloping bearish channel. Very positive sign. You are looking at a potential inverted head and shoulders formation now. So looking at it from a hypothetical point of view, you are looking at this left shoulder, the head's gone in. You are looking for a potential healthy pullback now, and then obviously the market then will start to move higher potentially. Now, given the fact that Deutsche Bank certainly is the leader this morning. Deutsche Bank came out and was certainly bullish this morning, as you can see here. If I bring up a 10-minute chart, that's the monthly chart, you've certainly pushed higher quite substantially. Now, going over to a 60-minute chart to see the actual rally itself. So we certainly seem to have stalled here now. Okay, but again, can you see the inverted head and shoulders forming on the Deutsche Bank as well? Same thing. So this whole market really is just one banking index. Okay, so looking at a potential reversal, and then obviously looking to potentially break out on the actual banking sector itself. So although we are holding this key diagonal trend line, and so it should be interesting to see how this market plays out. For now, you're looking for a potential healthy pullback before we start to obviously trigger this potential rally in the market. So again, something that we're going to watch very, very carefully. Okay, I understand. Okay, so that's the situation with regards to the Eurostoxx. Let's go over to the German DAX now. German DAX has a inverted head and shoulders target at 9170, so certainly be aware of that. 60-minute chart now is looking exhausted, is now into resistance, and therefore looking for a potential pullback. The daily chart has held at lower channels, so certainly impressive and certainly bouncing, although again it still remains still lower lows and lower highs, so that's certainly something to take into consideration as well, folks. Okay, so certainly the situation with regards to a talk of this potential QE buying into the banking sector certainly is doing the rounds. The French CAC, okay, French CAC has been impressive this morning, no pullback as of yet, so certainly a good sign in terms of the bulls. Okay, so although we are into resistance now, looking for a potential pullback, this is something that we're going to watch carefully with regards to the French CAC. Resistance zone is here. Okay, this is a key zone, so any pullback into this zone will be a buying opportunity from my perspective, and I'll be looking to go long. Just for the record, I am currently short this market at the moment and looking for downside. Okay, so that's the French CAC at present. The 10-minute chart, 60-minute chart, yes, we've had a thrust higher. Certainly, although one would argue that you are still in that bearish philosophy of lower lows and lower highs, so certainly take everything very carefully in terms of whether you want to be a bull or not. Okay, in terms of the market, technically it's working out perfect in the sense that it's testing previous support equals resistance. Now, unless we can break above that key zone, which is at 4080 or 4090, until then, the bulls, or should we say the bears, certainly are in control. Okay, in terms of FTSE 100, let's bring up this index. It's certainly held that double bottom, so that's certainly a promising sign for the FTSE itself. 60-minute chart, FTSE. Yes, I'm aware we still have lower lows and lower highs. We shall certainly see how the market reacts. But on the daily chart, we certainly are in a more bullish phase. Okay. In terms of the FTSE itself, it's broken out that diagonal trend line, so I don't need for that and at all now. The pivot high we broke out above there. So any pullback now on the FTSE to the 5680 level to the 5670 level will be a buying opportunity for me from a trading perspective. Okay, folks, that's my buying opportunity. Okay, that's the situation with regards to the indices. Bear in mind the FTSE, from my perspective, certainly seems to be the strongest out of the or more technically sound as a buying opportunity, given the fact that it has confirmed its double bottom. So all eyes on the price of oil. If oil can stabilize and start to move higher, then that will bode well for the FTSE 100. Okay, I think that's a market wrap, and I wish you the best for the rest of the trading session. Stay safe, as Miss Yellen is obviously due to potentially testify, and that will create even more volatility. Goodbye now.